Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? How is everybody doing? I am. It seems like I'm having problems with this internet, not the internet, the software I've been using. But I'm excited tonight. Let me start sharing the video. Let me share the video. So, everybody, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Excited to be here again tonight. It's going to be quick tonight, and you're going to hear an awesome testimony. You're going to hear a gentleman who's an entrepreneur. He is been doing some great things in the community, in his family, in his brotherhood organization. He's a fantastic guy. I mean, I'm sure you've probably heard him. If not, this will not be your last time hearing from him. He is fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. He is awesome. So welcome tonight. We're talking about having a mindset of success. And this is going to be really quick, so you need to take notes, good notes, and get ready to hear from this awesome entrepreneur. He is fantastic. His name is Kavan. I like Kavan. He may say, well, it's Kavan. I call him Kavan, but he may say something else. Kavan, he is a businessman. He's a father. Begin to share the video, everyone. He's a father. He is a husband. He's a great father, let me tell you. I see some of his videos and the time he spends with his children as a boy and a girl, because I'm giving you some information because we're not going to have time to cover all of that. But I want him to share for just 20 minutes. You can ask questions later, because this gentleman has built a business. He started a business, which he had already had, but he actually opened it up during the pandemic. So there's no excuses why we can't get moving. Remember, we have to have a mindset of success. I'm looking for my notebook. Oh, I'm going to have to rewind, which I always do when we have great guests that drop wonderful nuggets and important information. You got to take notes. So he's going to come in 20 minutes because he has another appointment or another assignment that he must do. But this gentleman is awesome. I'm going to bring him in, begin to share the video, everybody. Hello again. Welcome to the LadyMo Evening Show. If this is your first time here with us, we thank you for joining us. We're excited that you joined, and you're not going to be disappointed. Let me tell you, you're not going to be disappointed. So we don't have time to wait for folks to come in. They'll just have to jump in and get the information that they need. I'm going to bring our guest on. All right.
LadyMo.
This. Hello. How are you?
How are you? I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm sorry. I was having problems with StreamYard, so we had to reboot, and then it was just it. This is the second night in a row it's happened to me. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you are wonderful. You do something different with your hair.
No, it's just
it looks different. Your hair.
Yeah. I'm trying to grow it out a little bit.
Oh,
before
okay.
I lose it.
Well, thank you for tuning in and coming on the LadyMo Show. You have been doing some great, exciting things. I know you don't have that much time, but talk to the people that are out here saying that it's a pandemic. I can't do this. Nothing ever works. Don't have enough money. Tell them what you've been doing before the pandemic and how God just touched it during the pandemic.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the introduction. I basically do a brothers brunch. It's called the Brothers Brunch. My organization is called the Brothers Brunch. But I've been blessed to say that it's so much bigger than what I imagined it being. It started as a brunch of brothers from all walks of life, just getting together and celebrating each other's success. And I'll spare you the details of that story because it's a long story. But fast forward, we became an LLC, and that's the business component, and then we have the nonprofit side, the 501c3, where we do all of our philanthropic efforts overseas, regionally, as well as locally. So that's what I do. But for my 9 to 5 is I raise money for a living, and I've been doing that for about 17 years. So with the not with the nonprofit, of course, COVID hit and nobody's really gathering for brunches. So the business model in and of itself always lends itself to basically recreating the brunches that I might have with brothers, entrepreneurship brunches or whatever the case may be, recreating those brunches on college campuses or even in with different organizations. And so obviously with the pandemic, we've had to pivot in light of the pandemic. And I'm happy that we have the environment we do now. It does affect my bottom line because obviously people aren't paying you the same amount that they would be paying you if they were flying you out or inviting you into their
Yeah.
space. However, there's still a need for a conversation amongst men. And so I've been able to have articulation agreements with different organizations, different colleges and universities who still need to engage the young people, but just do it in a different way. So I've been able to be agile right alongside some of these organizations to do the work.
That's wonderful. So, is there an age bracket for the brothers, or is it just college, or is it alumni?
It's funny, depending on what grant I'm applying for, right? But the age range, I think typically ranges between 16 and 24. That's typically the age range in terms of outreach for the collegiate efforts. However, the Brothers Brunch ranges from the age 14, which is my son, who will be running this one day, and all the way, there is no cap in terms of the brothers that we've had at the table. Because again, wisdom, that lost art of having your pop or your grandpa pour into you, that's not necessarily happening all the time in our community
Mhm.
as frequently as it was back in the day. So we invite all brothers to the table.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm going to send my son your way. He's an entrepreneur. He's goes to Temple. It was the first year into the
Nice.
business, Fox Business School. So he needs a little more mentoring. But
Okay.
tell me about the business. I saw a bus. I saw a bus that you posted that you opened up a bus. Tell us a little bit about. I don't want to share. I want you to tell them
So
what it's about.
yeah, so that part is a little different because I don't want to confuse the work that I do for my 9 to 5, what pays the mortgage. Uh,
Oh, okay. Okay.
with the work that I do with the Brothers Brunch. It's it's a blessing when you can say that the work that you do in general, there's some intersection there and some commonalities. But what we're doing at AIM Academy, which is a school for children who learn differently, is we decided to have a trailer that focused on it's the mobile STEAM lab, science, technology, education, arts, math. Um, and we decided to allow that to be a vehicle, literally, that we take into communities that serve the underserved and the disenfranchised.
Hmm.
So again, things like that are super important to me because that's the world that I come from.
Hmm.
I currently work for an institution that's pretty affluent. Tuition is $40,000, and I'll just say, growing up, my mom would have never even looked twice at the school because she would have been shocked by the sticker price.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, okay. So we'll go back to your nonprofit.
mhm,
What part of I know it gives you joy, but if
mhm,
there's a parent that's watching that says, I have a son that needs direction and he has a father, but it's not really in his life and he's not a mentor, tell them how to contact you. Tell them what they're going to receive because sometimes we get mentors and they're just buddies to play basketball with. But in
right,
these times, we need mentors who are going to do addition to, meaning help you with college, getting into college, helping you become an entrepreneur, helping you become a man, or helping you become the husband you like. Or so mothers that are out there that are watching, give us some insight. And if we give them your information, your organization, how are you going to help them?
sure. Well, first and foremost, my Instagram handle is at the Brothers Brunch, at the underscore brothers brunch underscore brunch, and our website is thebrothersbrunch.com. Very simple. And my phone number is 302-690-8290. I I use this platform, so I typically would type it in, but I don't think I have the capability. So what I will say is this. Let's back up. Single mom, that was the life that I lived. My mom
Mhm.
was a single single mom. She did the best that she could. And I think that she did an excellent job. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
she was, my dad paid child support, and he was not there as frequent as I thought he should be. But older become older and you become wiser. And my dad just didn't have the capacity to love me the way that I wanted to be loved or thought I needed to be loved.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
a very different tone now than it was before. But here's what I want to say is I think that it's very important to be careful if you're a single mom, not to pawn your kid off just on anybody, just because it's a man that you feel like your kid by any means just needs to, only a man can raise a man, and you need to be around men. We're not living in the day and age where that's always the safest thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I was molested as a child, and it happened to be with someone that was very, very close to me. So it's the cautionary tale. I want to start with that because I think it's very important to still be mom. Like, and I think moms get a bad rap sometimes for being overbearing, helicopter moms. And
Yeah.
here's the thing, particularly from our community, oftentimes that saves lives, and it saves a lot of pain, a lot of heartache. So I think it's very important to do your vetting and let it be spirit led. Pray about the mentorship, be present. During make sure, like, there's this one thing to have an organically close relationship. You're a young person with another man, but you have to make sure that person is someone that's going to truly pour into your child in every way possible, but has good intentions. So that's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, what will you get? You'll get transparency.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm pretty transparent. I believe that you can't fix what you're not willing to face. So oftentimes,
Yes.
you have to. I believe in fearless feedback. So but I do it in love. I think there's a difference between walking up to a brother while he's with his homies and saying, "Yo, my man, you need to pull your pants up," right? Or, "Yo,
Mm-hmm.
we in a building, I need you to take your hat off," right? That's
Yeah.
not in love, right? That's just me exercising my authority and
Yeah.
doing what I think a masculine man should do, right? But pulling this brother to the side and saying, "My man, can I talk to you for a minute?" And literally maybe putting your arm around him and saying, "Yo, my man, listen, not everybody wants to see your draws. I'm gonna need you to just pull them up for me. At least while I'm here, can you do that? Can you respect
Mm-hmm.
one
Mm-hmm.
yourself and also respect all those that are around you?" Hits very different than it does when you call somebody out, right? So what you get from me is everything that I do is in love, and everybody that's a part of the program, all of the mentors and all of the brothers who do this work follow suit.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you, because there's a lot of fathers that are out here um, that are, two household parents,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not really fathering. I've watched
Yeah.
some of the things that you have done, some of the activities and the way you interact with your children, especially your son. And men are struggling trying to create that or develop that type of relationship because they didn't have it perhaps, or
Mm-hmm.
perhaps they're working so much, trying to make sure that everyone is safe and protected and the lights are on. But tell them how you got to a place that you're able to do what I see, because I see love, I see you time, I see discipline. Just some of the videos
Mm-hmm.
help some of the men that are in the household create that.
Wow, that was that's pretty loaded.
Uh,
What I will say is this. Well, thank you for that. What I'll say is it is being a dad is so easy for me. Being a husband is way harder, right? But there's power in partnership. So I think my wife will tend to say your relationship with your kids has nothing to do with me.
she's
I
right.
but I beg to differ because I'd like to say that I'm not just a provider, I'm a partner, and a part of partnership is being able to be in tune with your spouse to know that he or she um is overwhelmed or they need a break or
Mm-hmm.
you need to pull your weight. Like everything I do with my kids, the more dynamic I am with my as a father, trust and believe. Now a lot of women will disagree with me, but trust and believe that makes for a better marriage, and that makes for a better partnership.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it there. So I'll start there. But what I also will say to my brothers is that there is no handbook, right? And so you also have to realize that even with my story in optics, right? You know, because you can only go by what you see. Even with my story, there's levels to it, right? There's some overcompensating because these are things that I hadn't
Yeah.
seen. There is some guilt, some accountability there. There is this piece of me that is like, I don't ever want my kid to look up in the stand and not see me, because I know how gut wrenching that is, right? I know how it feels to be in the game and it like trying to be present, but really fully can't be present because you want to see someone cheering you on. I give my kids that reassurance, right? And so I say, put yourself in that situation, put yourself in that because to be quite honest, our young people don't have the capacity. They feel it, and it shows, but how it shows is acting out or getting in trouble and all of this. So, you know, being in the house and being present is super important. Sometimes I'm home, but I'm working my behind off. Like I'm still working my 9 to 5, and I'll get upset. I'll say, yo, listen, y'all want the bills paid? Like you talking about you want to pay Uno. I'm trying to pay these bills. Like, and the 9 to 5 is gonna do that. And so we had those ugly moments. But just the other day, my wife said, all right, well, now mind you, I work from 7 to 7. At 7:30, I came laid across the bed. She's like, hey, babe. Now everybody was in the house chilling. You want we're gonna have game night. Who gonna have game night? You can miss me with that. We ain't about to have game night. I had game night, right? I want to play, but that's the sacrifice, because here's the thing. What my kids see is that I am everything to everybody, but then when it comes to them, I have excuses, right? And so I had to think through those scenarios because they see me constantly pouring into brothers brunch, pouring into young people in college, pouring into young people in middle school, pouring into this group, pouring into that group. I'm over the men's ministry at church, like pouring into all these groups, and then I get home and I'm exhausted, and that's all I have left for them. What part of the game? So
Yeah.
all I can say to brothers is that we all have our own cross to carry and to bear. But really just try to like have some inflection points where you stop and you think about what it may look like, or if it were you on the other end of it, how would you feel in terms of being present? Because just because you're there doesn't mean you're present. That's
Yes, 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 absolutely. Well, you've been a delight, and I continue to pray God's blessings over your life and your
thank
beautiful family and your
thank you.
wife. And it, I like your transparency and your connection with the young people, but I can see your heart, and I love that. You're not, although you may get grants, but you're not doing it for the money. And a lot of people are doing it for the money, but they don't have that anointing that you have. They don't have that power that's missing for into some. But you're just, I love it. I love it. But thank
I
you so much.
appreciate
I
it.
know you have your podcast coming up, so I don't want to hold
Yeah,
you up. And I had to finish dinner, so seven
hey,
hats for me.
are people tuning into that? Because I know you have a show for that too.
Yeah, 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 I do. They watch me cook like it's I'm just trying to cook for the family, and
I
they're
tune
watching me
in.
cook. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, if you
Hey,
want to watch, come on, watch.
I
So,
appreciate it.
but I appreciate you, and we're going to make sure we continue to share this video.
Thank you.
Dr. Tim is saying good stuff. He's saying
Hey,
good
that's my
stuff on
guy.
there. But
He
thank you
watched
so
me
much.
grow
Thank
up.
your wife, and thank your family, your children, for allowing you to come for this
Absolutely.
time away from them. And I appreciate you, and thank you for tuning in and being my special guest on the Lady Mo Show. You
Thank you
have a
for
wonderful evening. Thank
having
you.
me. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. All right, everybody. Wasn't he? I told you it was going to be quick. So if you missed it, you need to rewind it. It's called At the Brothers Brunch. He is an awesome, dynamic speaker, an example to young men. I am personally going to tell my son, I'm going to push my son right in and let him plug in and learn some things from him, because it's good for our kids to see other people doing wonderful things, because most of the time they don't listen to us. That's just, let the truth be told. But his information is there, is underscore, or is, I'm sorry, at the @brothers_brunch. He's wonderful. I'll post his information. I'll post the video again. You got to hit the rewind button. Again, you guys have been fantastic. As you heard, I need to make dinner for my family. I just came from serving my family, which is the community of displaced and needy people, but I do have my family here, so they're all waiting for dinner. So I'm a little behind, but I have the chicken done. I just need to put the barbecue sauce on it and broil it, and I'm not going to record it live because I need to do it really fast, and I got to talk, and I can't do all that tonight. So thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. We have the Douglas family coming on tomorrow. Let me see who we have tomorrow. We have the Douglas family coming. Let me see. I know we do. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. They're coming on tonight. They're coming on tonight in a few minutes. I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought they were coming on tomorrow. So let me send her this information right now, because they're coming on in a minute. The Douglas family. And when I tell you these are some real entrepreneurs, they're real entrepreneurs. Let me tell you, they are really entrepreneurs. So I won't be saying goodnight because I have another guest coming, which I totally forgot about. But that was good that he's doing his 20 minutes and they'll do 20, 25 minutes. This is a dynamic family. The Douglas family, I've known this family for about, let me see, Gabby is 23. So I guess 22 years. The Douglas family, they are, wow, they are a designer. He's a seamstress. He can create, develop. She does it all. She's a model. The daughter models. The son is in everything. I'll let you talk to him personally, what he does. He's a Morehouse student, home just because of COVID. But the head of the household, my second husband, I call him my second husband, Nate. He's fantastic. He is awesome, awesome, awesome. So they're going to be coming on in a minute. But tomorrow, we're going to have some awesome guests too, typing in as we talk. And next week, let me tell you about next week. Next week is my birthday week. My birthday week. My born day will be Monday. It's going to be Monday. And I don't tell my age. So you can try to guess if you like, but I don't tell my age. But Monday, I have a birthday, and we're going to have Chef Courtney Clifton, who's going to make me lamb chops. So we're going to make actually together. Well, actually, I'm not going to be making it. I'm going to be talking, and Dr. Tim is going to be following instructions, making lamb chops and lobster. And I'm not sure what else she's going to be doing. And think somebody else another chef is coming on. And then on Tuesday, we're going to have Brown Sugar Catering, which is, she's going to make some seafood. Her name is Dana. Seafood pot pie. That's going to be different and delicious. My husband loves pot pie. I like the crust. So just because it's going to be seafood, I'm going to enjoy that. You guys begin to share the video. And also that evening, we're going to have Bishop Rudd, and he's going to make our dessert. He's going to make cheesecake. And I got to make sure I tell him I like my cheesecake with the graham crackers on the bottom. So I'm going to have to make sure I tell him about that. Then this is holiday week. These are my favorite meals. Then on Wednesday, we're going to have Chef Aubrey. And he's going to make cabbage. And I'm not sure what else. I'm still waiting for a menu from him. And also, we're going to have, what's her name? Tadisha Garlington is going to be making, I'm trying to remember what she's going to be making. Oh, one of my favorites, and I've made it one time. It just didn't taste that well. Some Cornish hens and mashed potatoes. No, Cornish hens, broccoli and shrimp, and maybe mashed potatoes. I'm telling you, it's going to be a fantastic week. Then on Thursday, we're going to have Patricia Crilly, and she's going to be making some stewed chicken. She said, Let me tell you what she said. She just told me some stewed chicken. Let me tell you. I need music. I don't know where everyone is tonight. I guess they're all doing homework. All my kids, well, two are in college. One is a junior in high school, and they have tons of work. So this is having a mindset of success week. Okay, so I'm just typing in my information so I can tell you what Patricia said. She is cooking on Thursday, and I didn't type it in correctly because it booted me out. So how's everybody doing? Do you have a mindset for success? Last night, I'm telling you, last night, he was fantastic, wasn't he? Did you miss him? J.L. Williams was on last night, and he was fantastic. What are these people doing? They're messing me up. They're messing me up. They're messing me up. When you know how you sign in and you mess up too many times with the code, then okay, so I don't want a new passcode. I don't want a new passcode. I don't want a new passcode. I don't want a new pass. Did I make you change? I don't want a new passcode, everybody. Let's see. What? What? Okay. All right. So we have our guests that are coming on. They should be coming on in a minute. Let's see if she plugged in because I don't see her yet. Oh, anyway. So I was telling you what Patricia is going to make. What is she going to make? Let me tell you. And we're going to have a designer, Tiffany Hollis, that will be showing us how to decorate a cake. She does it for a living. She's from Atlanta. So she's going to tell us how they do it in Atlanta, or how she does it. She does it in Atlanta. And it looks so delicious. I'm not sure if she bakes it as well. Let's see. What did she say? She said she's going to make some home style chicken stew, hot cocoa bombs, and warm dip. Woo! That's going to be fantastic. That's going to be fantastic. So we're waiting for our guest to come on, and we had John. I'm trying to email the link to me. Okay, she's trying to email the link to her. So she's trying to email. So she's coming on. We had the Douglas family. The Douglas, I always say she's saying, okay. The Douglas Empire. So she'll be on in 1 second. So begin to share the video. Begin to share. Share the video. Share the video. Share the video. Everybody. The Douglas family are coming. We are tonight and for the entire week. We're talking about having a mindset for success. Having a mindset for success. That's important. I'm going to do this. You guys ready? I'm excited. I'm excited. I wish I had some music like I normally do. Maybe I should put on some. I think I'm going to. Y'all gonna wait for me right here? You gonna wait for me right here? Don't leave me now. Don't leave me, everybody. I'm gonna put on some music. I'm gonna talk about. We need music. We need music. We need music. We need music. I know I do. Just to get this moving. Just to get this moving. Let's see. Stay there. Begin to share the video. We're waiting for the Douglas family to come on. I don't want that. Here we go. Here's something. Is that? Let's see. Nothing like the real thing. that's a commercial. Let me plug my book while we're waiting. It Will Work If You Work It. Married for Life. This is for relationship doctors and friends. And this book is $15. I'm telling you, this is a fantastic book. This makes a great stocking stuffer, and it's over 50 years of wisdom in this book. It'll work if you work it. Some of the chapters are, is it been cold? Is it me? I'm telling you, let me tell you what happened. We were trying to figure out why it was so cold on the first floor. Let me tell you, my daughter is home from college and she likes the cold. And she's saying it was cold. This girl turned the air on. We were trying to figure out why it was so so cold. She had the air on and then she had it on low. So we were like, Lord, help us, Jesus. Some of the chapters are dying to self. Love is not a feeling, it's a choice. The rebuild, the imperfect blend, that's blended families. The grace factor, mess to best, the polisher, connecting perfection, the truth about intimacy, playing it safe, keep believing, making it last forever. Tim, you want to say hi to Douglas family on here? I can't use his little kid name, Nate and Carolyn. I can't use his other name. And it's so funny, from that so many years I never knew. I just didn't realize. We just kept calling him that name. I'm not going to call him that name because he's a big boy now at Morehouse. And merging of two cultures. So you can order this, send me an email at ladymo@gmail.com, or you can send me another email at askladymo@gmail.com. And our guests are here. They are ready. This is the family. I always say the family. We have the family business over here at the Johns household, but they really have the family business. They are the Douglas family. We're going to bring them in and say hello. Let me turn this music down. They banned me from playing Mary, y'all. So it's kind of upsetting to me. Okay, can I see both of you? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
How you doing?
Wow. Can you turn your phone maybe the other way? I don't know. Which way do you have it?
Oops, sorry.
No, never mind. Okay. So just keep it the way you had it before, because it's not. Okay.
Well,
hello.
I can
How
change
are
it.
you?
I can change it. Is this better?
No, it's wait. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Now move it to your fingers on the camera.
There we
Okay.
go.
Uh-oh.
So we're trying to get it on the computer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold it. There you go. All right. We got it.
Okay. Hello. How are you?
How you doing?
Welcome to the LadyMo Evening Show. You're looking handsome there.
Thank you.
Mr. Morehouse, how's things going?
It's been really good. We actually just finished up our semester about a couple weeks ago. So now we're just on our winter break. And I think they probably preparing for people to go back in February.
Yeah.
So between now and then is just registering for classes, and just getting prepared for the new semester.
Are you loving it?
Yes, ma'am. It's definitely
This is second year?
This is going into fourth year. This fourth year.
No, you're kidding me.
No, ma'am. Yeah, we about
You a
to.
senior?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness. We are so proud of you.
Thank
I'm
you.
not gonna call you your name, but we're proud of you, little Nate.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
So, well, welcome to the LadyMo Show, and your mother. We love her, my twin, Miss Carolyn, and
Yes.
we thank you. And I want you to tell me about these businesses you have. I know about your father, the head of the household, just a great man, and he just. I love him, as your mother already knows. And then your mother, who has how many businesses you have now, Caroline?
About 3. No,
Three.
about.
Oh, see, I'm behind. So
I got about 5 streams.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your streams.
Okay.
No, first tell me about the transition from full-time work to being an entrepreneur, because I know that was a transition.
Absolutely. That was a major transition for me, because my transition began with being laid off from work. It wasn't like I made the decision to be an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? I was laid off. So the opportunity presented itself at that time. So it was an adjustment because I worked since I was about 19, worked all the way through college. So to, rely solely on being me as the boss is making all the decisions, it was definitely a serious transition for me. I second guess myself a lot.
I was gonna say there's people that are watching right now that were saying that are thinking I can't do that.
Yeah,
I'm scared. I got a family to provide for. And you just stepped out on faith and just did what you knew that God told you to do.
right.
And
Yeah,
and look at you now. It's made a fantastic. It just was a great move on
thank
your
you.
part,
Thank you.
and you had the support of your family. So
Yes.
what about your streams now? I only knew the one, so I'm behind.
So, so Nathaniel, my son, he, of course, he's at Morehouse. And as a student at Morehouse, our thought process is he's going there to get an education and education only. He presented this amazing business idea. It was a great solution or opportunity that we took advantage of, and that was trading in foreign currencies. So, and that's Trade House Investment Group, which was founded at Morehouse College.
Wow. Okay.
So, and that particular opportunity, actually, I have 6 streams because that particular opportunity will grant you 5 streams.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you trade in several currencies. You trade in Bitcoin, and he's going to tell you a lot more about that later.
Great.
But you trade in Bitcoin, which you trade in your cryptocurrencies. You have the ability to do money in minutes, which is HFX. Now we have ECX, which is the e-commerce. So now I've set my business, Douglas Exquisite Fashions, up with the e-commerce website. And you also have the ability to have other folks, you share the opportunity and give them a chance to be a part of it as well.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Mhm.
So what about the
And of course,
boutique?
Douglas Exquisite Fashions. Now,
Yes, I was going to ask that.
Douglas Exquisite Fashions is actually an in-home traveling boutique. Not as much traveling right now due
Hmm.
to COVID-19, but I do a lot of shipping. A lot more of my orders are now online.
And
So
that's better, really.
yeah, it is.
It
Because
is better. You just
the web.
order. And what's your website?
It is Douglas, Douglas,
Hmm.
exquisite, EXQUISITE, fashions, FASHIONS.com.
Okay. So you
Mhm.
have some nice clothes. You've always had nice clothes.
Thank you.
You've always had nice clothes. You always dress nice and present yourself. You know what I hate, or I should say I dislike to see someone
Mhm.
like, for instance, a hairdresser and designer, and they look tore up. Really?
Right,
You can't sell me anything.
right,
You're not, that just, I'm thinking, really? You want me to buy what? And I'm looking
right,
at you and you don't present what you're selling. So you
right.
have always looked a certain way. You have already always carried yourself and looked wonderful. So
Thank you.
someone would say, "Oh, what is that?" You say, "Oh, this is Douglas Fashions. You can have it." So that was wonderful. You always, even from head to toe, you always presented yourself and looked wonderful.
Thank
But
you.
if you can move over, because I really want to talk to your handsome son.
Here we go. Here we go.
There he is. Hello, how are
How you
you?
doing?
I'm fine. So you can help my son, right? So you can get my son. He's a freshman at Temple,
Okay.
Fox Business School, and he wants to be an entrepreneur. And
Mhm.
he has a couple of things he's been working on. But I want you to talk to him, please, and you can bring him under your wing and just tell me how much it costs, and then I'll just, you can just train him to do what you're doing and look as good as you. Because my son is sharp like you too. But he needs some businessmen
Mhm.
in his life, like they're young people. So I'm gonna tell me about the business.
So it's just it's so much I could say. We probably be here till tomorrow, but it's a unique opportunity. For example, just Morehouse. People know HBCUs, one of the top HBCUs in the country, historic
Absolutely.
HBCU, and young men go there from really all around the world to just get the black experience. But it's almost like a diaspora because you got black people, and you look at your people like everybody's different. And you learn different backgrounds, different cultures. You connect with people, you make relationships. You see how people, how they react to certain things. And you kind of almost like you empathetic. You know what I'm saying? Because you see how
Mm-hmm.
people move. And that's literally like a microcosm of Trey House, of course, because it was started at Morehouse by 5 individuals. Their names were Nathan Samuel, Bryce Thompson, Brandon Thompson, Reynaldo Perez, and Joshua Stewart. And these individuals, other than Brandon, went to Morehouse, and they established, the business based off the culture of Morehouse, brotherhood, helping others. And they had a skill set that now they wanted to expose to people, not just at Morehouse, but in the AUC, the Atlanta University Center, as well as other college students, campuses. And now it's been growing all over, not only just the country, but the world. So in terms of like the experience, I could say I'm just gaining relationships with people. Some people I haven't even met in person yet, but just do, Zoom links and trainings, we can um, basically fellowship with like knowledge, fellowship, even in terms of sometimes we'll be on these calls and before we even start the calls or giving information, we just, have a time for gratitude, prayer, really just to come together and realize like this whole solution to wealth, it wasn't, we didn't just create it, it was given to us, and it was given to us for a reason. And just, being thankful to a higher power that he gave us this solution. So it's a unique setting, where you have different backgrounds. Of course, much of the investment group is, actually people of color, millennial people of color too. So it's a lot of representation, and that's why I feel like it's so powerful. A lot of people, they may not understand it from the outside looking in, but from the inside, this is stuff you don't see on the news. Like you don't see people actually having fun helping other people make money, or chase their dreams, or do things that maybe they didn't envision themselves doing before the age of 25. And because of that, Treehouse has created in the last 12 to 14 months well over 120 plus six-figure earners, many of them millennials and people of color. They're able to do things that possibly 2 3 generations before them could never even envision. And it's actually just the beginning, because there's so many things in store for 2021, as well as creating more six-figure earners,
Yes.
allowing more individuals to be empowered. And it's not just the millennials either. Like it's a great amount of you know seasoned and experienced individuals that are also teaching the young folks something in terms of perspective, and they're passing their knowledge and their gems. Mom, we have our investment calls, our weekly family calls. She'll always spread knowledge and gems on there just to give to the younger folk, because she's been an entrepreneur before at Trey House. So she has a lot of value to give to us, because many of us are first-time entrepreneurs. And even in Trey House, the system is set up for a lot of people to win, whether they had a background in investments, or having an entrepreneurship background or not. But just to have her value as well into the fold, she adds a lot of value to a lot of people, as well as other seasoned individuals that are also in this space. Because this investment group is about 70,000 deep, but it's a lot of networking, a lot of relationships, a lot of people passing and giving off knowledge and information on a daily basis. And it's just, of course, it's always fun to, have a way to make money off of your phone on a daily basis. That's always enjoyable. But the overall, the environment is amazing. It's almost something other than going to Morehouse, which is different in itself, is something I never experienced before.
Wow, wow. And you started this how long ago?
Going on 2 years. Going on 2 years.
Wow, wow. And you're leaving in February, I guess, to go back for your senior year.
Ooh.
What are your plans for after college?
After college, that's a great question. I've been thinking about this a lot recently, but the plans, post Morehouse, graduating, getting my bachelor's, is to, follow in the footsteps, mom and dad, just continue to grow, in terms of being an entrepreneur, growing streams, growing income, making the type of investment moves that will allow me to, live comfortably, at a very, very early age, but still use those streams to, create a lifestyle that I want to live, and then ultimately use that to then start to give back to different communities that impacted me, between home, between school, Atlanta, different cities, different environments that impacted me to get to this point. But I'll basically say really starting to get heavier into serial entrepreneurship, and just growing businesses, and helping out with Douglas Exclusive Fashions, getting more so into real estate, continuing to grow investments in cryptocurrencies, and just trading overall.
Oh, that is I'm sitting here because I'm like your mother, because I know how she feels when we hear our kids articulate and share their vision and their dreams, and we're actually hearing it. It does something for us, because I'm sure you'll know once you get married and have children what we sacrificed, just for you to be where you are, and we want to do nothing but support you So I'm going to continue to share this video so you can get more customers, or I don't know exactly, because I don't know. You're telling me about it, but I don't have the knowledge. But some people may say, hey, how do I get involved? The information is up there. So I don't have your information. It's the same as Douglas Fashions, or is it another website or another way we can contact you?
They can contact me on Instagram. It's all lowercase too, so it's NATE, basically Nate Douglas, my name, and the suffix, so IV. So Nate Douglas IV on Instagram.
IV?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hey, oops, I typed it wrong. Nate Douglas IV. Because it's important for us to support you. It's important for you to continue to grow and make millions for you and your family and your future, because we're dependent on you. And as I can see, you already know what is expected, and you already know what we're waiting for you to develop, what you've already developed, but even develop more. So, we're so proud of you. Is there anything else that you want to tell us about the business, for those who are watching and have no clue what their next move should be? We have some young people that are just flipping through Facebook because they do Instagram like most people, young people do, and Twitter and all those TikTok. What do you say to the young people that are saying, I'm scared? Number one, I don't have time because I'm in school full time. My load is heavy and I want to party and have fun. So how do you balance your college life with the business side?
That's a great question. That's a really good question. So to answer your question, what I basically say is of course enjoying college, like doing stuff during the week, taking collect classes, enjoying my time with my friends, but also just growing up, becoming a young adult. I had to realize it's a lifestyle that I desire in my head, and I know that ultimately it's going to come with sacrifices. Of course, going to college, you have to sacrifice. Some days you got to sacrifice the lit lifestyle and the partying to make sure the grades is right for you to stay at college, as well. Just even going back to business, seeing how my mom and dad operated, how they had to sacrifice for me and my sister so we could enjoy a lifestyle that maybe they didn't get to enjoy when they was our age. And that's something that we'll forever be grateful for, me and Nevaeh. But I would say enjoying day to day school, but also taking care of business when you can. And just what I had to learn is have structure. Like when you have structure in your life, you can take care of the business and then have fun, relax, do what you need to do on a day to day. And then briefly,
And that's important to, because you're young, but it doesn't matter how old you are. You said something that was so profound. Having structure in your life will help you be more successful. Share a little bit about that, because I think people miss that. They think they can just wake up and just do things and be unorganized and not have the structure to be
gotcha.
an entrepreneur. So
So
share a little bit about that, a little bit more. Just expand a
between
little.
learning from this young lady over here, as well as even learning from the mentorship I get from the investment group. Between looking at my mom and these mentors, these are people that I want to be in their position. So I'm studying, and I see how they operate, and they know what they're doing day to day. In fact, something they tell me is you should know what you're doing the next day before you lay your head down. That's
Yes.
so, it's
Yes.
like you just blocking your time. For example, in this investment group, we have daily trainings and education for us to either get educated or, for us to educate others. So it's just blocking that time, knowing when you want to wake up, when you want to eat breakfast, work out, pray, read, knowing when we get educated, knowing the times that we actually trade, knowing the times that we may actually, take a break from, just the business, just relax for maybe 15, 20 minutes, then get right back to it. Not to burn ourselves out, but when you have the structure, you have the time to put in the work, learn, grow, pour value into yourself, and then even enjoy time with the family. Do things like it's the holiday season, so just things like putting the tree up, putting the lights up, watching TV. But only after you take care of business. And when it's structured, it's less stress because you just wake up and it's like you just have it in front of you. Like it's either you do it or you don't. But to have the structure, and it makes it simpler, so where you're not running around, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Some things don't get enough time, some things may get too much time, but the structure makes it to the point where you can be efficient. And that's in business, you have to be efficient. That's what I'm continuing to learn day to day. Your efficiency will ultimately determine your success. But the structure,
Wow.
a lot with
Your
that.
efficiency will determine your success. Wow. Mm, that was really good.
Thank you.
That was fantastic. I loved it. I'm typing it in as I'm saying it because that was profound. Some older people watching this need to be listening to what you're saying. I'm telling you. You said your efficiency. I'm typing it in. Your efficiency. Say it one more time.
Your efficiency determines your success.
Mm. I am going to have my son call you as soon as he's done with his exams this week. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, because he was just like you, and and this is on your freshman year, so I'm watching to see, what he's going to do and how he reacts to certain things. But he needs to be around people like you. He needs to be encouraged and motivated to towards success because
Mhm.
we know it's in him, but he's a freshman. You're just you're trying everything, having fun. So I thank you both so much. You guys are just
Welcome.
fantastic. You make sure you hug my husband for me.
I sure will.
Is he still making clothes and everything?
Well, he just got finished making draperies the other day.
He'll be working that. I thought those are the kind of husbands. That's the kind of husbands we have. I understand. But
And
he
go to
is
work
that.
tonight.
Oh, okay. But he's still
Mhm.
the leader of that family, and I always give him honor because he allowed you and the family
Yeah.
to do the things that were on your heart, and he just sacrificed so much. He's just such a great man, such a great leader.
Yeah.
So I commend you for choosing the right one for us.
Yes, ma'am.
But thank you so much. So I'm
Thank
going to inbox you so I can get your number, Nate, so I
you.
can post it. I got your Instagram, so people who want to get involved in the business, get a business opportunity, and to work with you, that they will be on board and they know what they're dealing with, and they know that the efficiency will determine their success. I
Yes.
thank you guys so much, and I love you so
Thank,
much, so much, so much.
thank you for
Thank
everything.
Thank
you.
you. And thank you for tuning into the Lady Mo Evening Show. So I'll see y'all later.
All right.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Bye-bye. Oh my God, that was my family, everybody. We went to church together. And we also were neighbors. Let me see, about 17 years ago, we were neighbors. We raised our kids together. Let me see, yeah, he's a senior and Gabby just graduated a year ago. So they were a couple years apart. But they are just doing phenomenal things. They both are just fantastic. The whole family. Nevaeh wasn't on there, but I know that she models and does things also in the family business. So, if you're interested, you have a young person um, like Nate, he's actually a senior at Morehouse University, and you have a young man or a young woman who is an entrepreneur and wants to get involved in business, send me your information, LadyMo at hgmde.org. You can contact him yourself. I put his information on Nate Douglas IV. He's on Instagram. If you want some clothes, you need some holiday clothes, you need some clothes, period. You need a designer to pick out your clothes. Someone will look at you and say, hey, this will look well on you. This is what you should buy. Douglas Fashions. Carolyn will dress you for success. But I thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. You know what I have to do. Go finish the meal. Everybody is waiting. No one is in the kitchen because they're waiting for me to complete the meal. But it's been a fantastic evening. And I'm going to close with Nate's words. Your efficiency determines your success. Have a fantastic evening. Thanks for tuning in to the Lady Mo Evening Show. See you tomorrow.